What is an emo, Kenny? All right, coming to you live from an old woman's house on a hill where Creston may or may not be patient zero for the zombie apocalypse. And I apparently missed a riveting series of Flip Cup games that caused a lot of mayhem last Saturday. It's Sports Allegedly.
Welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining us for this episode on November 7th. 2023 episode.
Why are you reading the
whatever.
dates
No, I
now?
forgot the date. I mean, I'm behind. We're actually doing this on a Tuesday rather than a Monday. So we've Crest to my right, Sean across the way, of course. We've had time to digest Bedlam. Let's just start with that. I mean, everyone. This was a big thing in the state of Oklahoma. Obviously, last week was Bedlam, the last foreseeable Bedlam. Even though we know they're going to put us in a bowl game somewhere down the road.
Or after 4 years, we could schedule them.
I don't think that's going to happen. I think either one of them are like, yeah, piss off. And so anyway, hey, let's just start off with saying congratulations to Mike Gundy and the OSU Cowboys.
Coach Sealing.
For a win in the last Bedlam game. Hey, OSU goes 7-2, goes to 7-2. They're 5-1 in conference. OSU drops to 7-2, 4-2 in conference. The only conference loss for Oklahoma State is Kansas, I think.
Iowa State.
Was it Iowa State?
Yes.
Okay, Iowa State. And is that really what it was? Have they played Kansas yet? I thought. Oh, anyway. So I just know that they're a game ahead of us, obviously. Look that up, Sean.
Yeah,
See
that's
if
right.
you,
That's what I was doing.
well, you might be right. I don't know.
I
thought
lost a tab.
No, you might be right. I think they. I thought it was Kansas that beat them, but
no,
maybe
it's
they.
Iowa
No, maybe
State.
they did beat Kansas. Who knows?
Yeah, they beat Kansas. Then they beat Kansas State right after
Who'd
that.
they lose to then, Creston? I know you're looking that up.
It was Iowa State.
Fervently.
I am looking
Oh,
it
he's
up.
texting now or getting a
No,
deer
I
picture.
got no.
He's
I
trying to
was
send me
looking
deer
at deer pictures.
Trying to send me deer pictures, but like
Deer porn.
You have
But
to
anyway,
email it. Or throw it into the Google Drive.
No, so just a breakdown of the game since I'm oblivious to their one loss in the conference, which I should know.
Yeah, you should. I think you've
I
asked like
should
8
know.
times.
Iowa
that.
State beat them
Was it just by a touchdown?
34-27.
Now, they beat Kansas then, or have they even played
Kansas State they beat.
No, Kansas.
Kansas they beat.
Yeah. God, what were we doing up there? That's right. Okay.
Told
Thank
you.
you, Creston. Thanks, Sean. So Iowa State, which we don't play as far as OU goes this
I
year.
thought we already played Iowa State.
I don't think we play Iowa State this year.
Did we not?
We haven't played them
We
yet.
played them early, didn't we?
That one I am right about. Just a weird schedule this year with the Big 12. But
It
anyway,
was all the new teams. It screwed everything up.
I think OU's last games are West Virginia, BYU, and TCU. So we haven't played Iowa State. Anyway, let's get back to the
And
game.
we could lose every one of those.
No, we can't. Anyway, let's get back to the game.
Have you watched us play the last 2 weeks?
So what we talked about before the
We
game.
played Iowa State on the 30th. We beat them 50-20.
Yeah, I thought we did play Iowa State.
I'm
that.
losing my
reality
mind.
are you in
that
right
is-
now?
I forgot about that game.
You've
Yeah.
already moved on to
What
the
was
SEC
it? 50
schedule.
50-20.
50-20.
Okay, 50-20. Okay.
I thought we did, but I wasn't
Good
going to
for
argue and
us.
look dumb.
Well,
I was
that
like-
surprised me though. That
It was the game right before
Because he was
Texas.
so dominant about and just.
Oh,
just
he does that all the time.
aggressive.
He's
I
always-
am right
he always
about
wants to-
that. I'm
no.
never
So-
fucking wrong when I say I'm 100% right about that.
I was already looking forward to Texas. I just totally forgot that game. But no, well, fuck. I mean, what were we doing? I mean, beat them so bad, and then we turn around and lose those. Anyway, we're not even going to get into that.
Play calling.
I would have
Play
got
calling.
into
Well,
that.
and I told Kenny,
Play calling.
it was 50-50 play calling, 50-50 player execution.
I will say that too. We had a lot of drop balls.
Drop balls, and Gabriel deciding to throw into double coverage short with his short arm. He had a guy wide open across the middle that he could have hit.
That was a bad decision.
But he looked immediately. He was throwing to, was it Anderson, I think, or Farouk?
It was a bad decision.
And he was
threw a
going. He's
pick.
going for the end zone. He was
Threw a pick. But whatever.
double coverage.
Okay,
I mean, that happens. 26, 37, 344 yards, average 9. He had a touchdown and pick. everybody's bitching this week about Jeff Levy, and hey, we've had enough bitches about Jeff Levy. Now this game that I thought was a much better play called game than Kansas was, as far as how he went on that. But Sean's right a little bit about the player execution. I mean, we saw some drop passes. We saw some things. Now, the bubble screens and stuff on the outside, we still got to get away from that when we're actually doing something that's working. I thought that at one time we were running the ball really well. Should have stuck with it. And then I also thought later in the game,
They started shutting the ball, down.
Dylan Gabriel was throwing the ball well. OSU's defense.
And I have to say that Dylan Gabriel's a better punter than our current punter.
No.
That play surprised me. I'm looking up and I'm going, what in the hell is going on? Gabriel drop kicking it over into the corner of the end zone, or the corner right before the end zone.
OSU is probably, it's one of the worst defenses. I think they're in the 90s. I could be wrong. I haven't seen what they were.
And yet we shot ourselves in the foot playing them.
And we give up. We only give up 24 points. So, anyway, I was giving OSU a lot of credit because I thought, let's start back from that. I thought OSU started the game like they should have. Everyone expects them to run Ollie, and they did a lot of passing. I thought the player of the game, obviously, was Alan Bowman. 28-42, 334 yards, no turnovers, which was huge. And I thought he played. And then you've got Sean, I think it's the Owens kid that's number 10. If you scroll down that for a bit. I think the Owens kid, he hasn't been really on the map much for the whole game or for the whole season. 10 yards, 130. That was
I thought
10.
Owens started off the season, and that's
Maybe,
what it was. He started off really good in the season, and then kind of went away, and Presley came on.
But anyway, Bowman hit the lights out game, and I thought that in reality, he was the player of the game when it came to that. I thought the defense for OSU played fine, and I thought OU's defense. Go back to OU. I thought they played fine. They held Ollie to 132 yards.
137.
7 yards. But most of those yards that he got were the second half, too. They played him well in the first half. OU's been a good run stopper for most of the year. I just thought that
we were talking about Danny not being in number 10.
Kip Lewis. I thought Kip Lewis played a hell of a game.
Yeah. Stepping in for
I think
leading tackler.
I thought Kip played for a freshman played really great. I thought Kanik had I'm not picking on him, but he didn't have the greatest game. And obviously the secondary. We're going to get more talent in that secondary, and it's coming.
Well, and 0 sacks did not help us.
There wasn't a lot of pressure, and I thought OSU had a really good game plan. They were more ready than our team was. Period. That's what I saw. Now you talk about Jeff Levy. A lot of people are talking about calling for his head. Remember, this is his second year play calling. Don't give a shit. I've said it before. What you say about Mississippi wasn't calling the plays. Let the guy call the plays. Give it to him. Now, like Sean said, though, he is restrained a little bit by the players. Preston has said all year that he's not a fan of Dylan Gabriel because of the things he brings to the table that aren't the greatest. I totally understand that. I think he's just the best what we got, and he's a pretty good college quarterback. What he didn't do this game, besides a mistake, is I thought that, running an RPO, I thought that there were some times that he should have kept the ball. We haven't seen a lot of him running as much as what we'd seen in the Texas game, and maybe, to OSU's credit, maybe they had stopped that. Go ahead, Chris.
But here's my deal. Go up just a little bit, Sean. Right there, Drake Stoops, 1 carry, -6 yards. Why? I understand that sometimes you can do a jet sweep and the end around and stuff. I am tired of that fucking play because it does not work for OU. It hasn't worked all year.
It is a lot less than we did try against Kansas.
I understand, but quit fucking trying it. Quit trying it. It hasn't worked yet. It has not worked.
They're not getting the edge. They're not getting the blocks for the edge.
It has not.
So
period. Yeah. So let's mark that out of the fucking playbook. If Levy's not smart enough to see that we've tried it all year and we cannot get any positive yards, then that's what my problem is. Quit doing the same bullshit that hasn't worked. It's stupid if you do the same thing and expect a different result to come from it. That's just fucking stupid.
Is there penalties on that? I know. I thought. No, I
got to go to the next screen to get penalties.
Go to that because. I thought that the main thing about that was the penalties, the discipline. Venables runs out on the field, gets a 15-yard after we'd already got
two games
after we'd already got a 15.
It wasn't weird, but it's weird that other coaches do it and nobody gets. It's
not as far.
It is the Big 12. It's your mark with that unspoken rule against to the refs. Screw OU and Texas anytime you can.
No, penalties and turnovers, just discipline.
That's what it is. That's
but
what
hey,
it is.
we
Screw
were
him anytime you can, and anytime that you can get away with no calls.
I'm not worried
do
about.
that.
I'm not worried about the refs. We were a better team. We should have won the fucking game, no matter what the refs done.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, give credit to OSU though. I mean, they played.
They played a better game. They were coached better than we were coached this week.
Coach Sealing.
Yeah. Well,
They
I'm
were.
glad y'all admitted that because he's a good coach. You know.
Never,
But no,
we
never
just
said
said that
he
no,
wasn't
just
a
this
good
week.
coach.
Okay, just this
never
week.
said he wasn't a good
We'll
coach.
see what happens against the fight against
I'm
Mel
saying
Zones.
he's not good enough to get them to a championship
But
game.
you look at the stats. You know, I'm a stat guy. Most everything was
we
even
know you're a
except the
stat
turnovers and the penalties, and that's the things that have killed. They killed OU
The
last
last two
week.
games.
Even though the turnovers
Against
are the,
Kansas and against.
well, the turnovers were the same last week. We just couldn't.
but
Never,
it still killed us.
I agreed. We just could never capitalize on it when Kansas did. I think they got 13 points off of our turnovers. The thing is you've got to be focused and you got to do the things that are working for you. And that's the thing that Jeff Levy's just going to have to get better at doing. It's game management and then it's in-game adjustments. It's just been odd. You know, I mean, you think we're doing something really good and then all of a sudden we resort back to something else. Hey, it's fine to try new stuff. That's fine, but sometimes when you're just the better team, you just need to keep running it down your throat or throwing it whatever you want to do. So, otherwise, I don't have a lot to say.
It's 2 weeks in a row.
I mean, it was
though.
a good game, though.
It's 2 weeks in a row we've got a turnover and got 0 points off of that turnover because of the stupid bullshit play call. You run the ball 3 times, you lose yardage 2 of the 3 runs, or maybe only 1 of the. But why the fuck don't we throw the ball? Why can we not throw the ball to pick up the first down?
Kansas in Kansas, I understood it was wet. There was the rain. In this game, I didn't understand. Like I said, we had over the middles.
I mean, we ran the ball
we
pretty
had
well.
we had over the middles that we could have
all
hit.
day long. All day long. And if
And
you're
instead he would try to go deep and cute time it every time to get that.
either that or hand
to
it
get
off
that
to a
long
running
play.
back in the fucking backfield. I mean,
Just to get that long pass play, and do you don't I don't care about your stats. I care about the team winning.
I'm okay with the dinks
It's
and
like-
dunks
it's like Shedeur Sanders.
for
It's
7
like, oh, I'll
yards
take a-
here
I'll
or
take a
10
sack
yards here. We
instead of
don't have to
throwing it
throw
away.
it 60 or
We
do
don't. We
a
really
handoff
don't.
in the backfield.
Do your
to,
check downs. Find the guy that's open.
I still think we have a long ways to go on the play calling.
We got a long way to go and a short time to get there. We're headed to the SEC.
And the running backs, you were talking about that. Sawchuck is the best one we got, and he's
saying
below average at. I mean,
Oh, he's not below average. He's
okay,
not.
he's
not.
average
He's not.
at best.
111.
You know, I think what you're seeing though is you're seeing that it's the
Look
same.
at look at what Sawchuck did. 111 for 13 carries. Whereas Gordon, it took him 100. He got 137 off 33 carries.
I understand this, but there's a difference in defense you're talking about here also.
So you want to give OU credit for holding Gordon to some lowest
to make
numbers.
him, to
make
to
him.
high number
So
carries.
you got to give
But-
credit to the defense. I mean, they held him to 27 points.
But here's
held
the
them to
deal.
137 yards.
I know. Here's the deal, though. We still give up the big plays. We can hold them and make them punt, and then all of a sudden we just give them a fucking touchdown for no goddamn reason.
No, I think.
I mean, it's like we're just lost.
I think our secondary had some obviously bad plays. They generally do. I mean, that we're going to see that always with that defense. They've just got to get better as talent wise. But I thought the front four with no pressure, but I thought they held the run. I think the game plan was to stack the box, stop the run, period. Let Bowman win the game.
And
Who
he
thought
did.
he would?
He did.
And he did. I mean, who thought he would? None of us did. This guy wasn't even the starter at the beginning.
we
I mean, he
talked
might have
about it.
started it, but I mean, that's what we said the game plan. I mean, I get.
Because he's a tree. He's not.
Yeah, but he played well. I
He
mean,
did.
it's the best game.
Decision making
Yeah,
for him
it's
was
the
really
best
well
game.
this game.
It's the best game. Move on to OSU. Actually, I want to talk about OSU.
Well, let's go ahead.
Next
I've already
game.
got the Westville game pulled up. Let's just go ahead and talk about it.
All right. Don't talk about
I mean, West Virginia's coming to town. Neil, God, what is
Brown.
their coaches? Neil Brown, the Fighting Neil Browns are trying to save his job, which doing
Already
a pretty
bowl
good
eligible.
job.
He's already saved it.
Yeah, 4-2 in
Unless
the
Jimbo
conference.
Fisher gets fired.
They're equal to us, so we do have. This is a must-win game for us to stay in contention for the Big 12 title, and we need to.
We
hope-
have to have a lot of shit go our way.
Well,
Even
just
if
a
we
couple
win out,
teams.
we
We've
have
seen
to have
things.
two
We've seen
teams
two
lose.
Two teams
Yeah.
lose one game out of the final three. Not a lot of shit. I don't see it happening with Texas. Kansas maybe, but I think Texas wins out. Texas got the best team in Big 12, folks. Everyone hates it. Now, they ain't the greatest team in the nation. I'm just saying I think they have the best team in the Big 12. And we beat them. We just didn't get our business done with the other teams. It's period. I mean,
yeah, the break.
Hey guys, we've seen it last year. We went 6-7. We've seen this before.
Kansas State's only got one. I mean, Kansas only got one shot at losing.
Kansas State.
Yeah, that's it.
But I think they'll
beat them.
But I think they only beat Iowa State by a touchdown, and then you turn around and look at OSU losing by a touchdown, and then Oklahoma winning by 30. So it doesn't matter what they've got. I mean, what do they got? They've got Kansas.
They got Kansas State.
What was the other two?
Texas
Tech.
Texas Tech and
Texas Tech's got talent to beat anybody, but they haven't beat anybody all year.
Texas Tech
I don't know
and
what's up with that team.
Yeah, it's a weird team.
Cincinnati.
Yeah, Cincinnati ain't beating them. That's the other one. Yeah.
All right, Kenny, here's your UCF. I know that you're fiending to talk about this game.
Oh, we can talk about OU and West Virginia. Let's go
No,
back to that.
no, I'm already on.
Well, now you've switched back. We already started. I mean, you know, it was so hard to switch back. You'd already.
I thought
pulled
it
it up.
sounded like you were done. It sounded like you were finished talking about.
Well, we didn't
the
even do
game.
our discussion about it or anything.
Do we
you want
need
to talk
to?
about? Oh, well, yeah, our picks or predicted scores, or you just want to do?
Well,
that?
I'm
Yeah.
tired of it because it just doesn't come true. My predicted score is West Virginia 32, Oklahoma 28.
Write that down, Preston, if you would. 32-28. So you're taking
West Virginia just so how that way they lose.
Is that what it goes? Have we seen that? What is the spread, Sean, on this game roughly? So,
Um,
did you have that pulled up? I think I've got.
Well,
it.
so Caesar's is 12.5. I think we have it at 12.5
Who
too.
is this Caesar I've heard of?
Caesar Sportsbook.
It's a late game, 6 o'clock. The more we lose,
So what's your score, Sean?
the more we hold on, I got it right here. The more we lose, the later we get to watch the
Just
game,
fucking
which
around.
has kind of been nice, to be honest. Not that I want to lose, but I mean, let's be honest, it's been nice to go late.
The way OU's offense has been
13
going.
is what it looks like.
That's the way OU's offense has been going. I'm just gonna
About
go.
13 points.
I'm gonna go with a 31.
OU 31.
31 20 28. How about that?
A win?
Yeah, OU win. But
Gotcha.
it's
Kenny?
38-20.
I don't know how the Fighting Neil Browns are going to do this week.
Well, they've got a better offense generally statistically than we do right
But
now.
remember, who was their quarterback last season?
I don't even know who their quarterback
JT
is,
Daniels.
dude. I haven't watched it. No, I'm talking about
This
this year.
is Green.
I think
Some kid named Green. Garrett Green.
I think they've played really well.
Greg Gagne. Yeah, Garrett Green.
I'm sorry, I didn't say offense. I think maybe the running offense is better, not total offense. I got all kinds of stats in my head. It just gets confusing, but
667. Yeah, they do.
I think it's going to be it is going to be one of those games that I think we're going to get up early and then probably dick around a little bit.
Well, we got to hope there'll be.
But
changes,
no, this game is all about mentality and focus and discipline. That's the three things. It's not about talent. If we lose, we lost because of not talent. We lost because of all the other reasons we've lost. Not necessarily the last two games.
Giving up big plays we shouldn't be giving up.
Well, just in general. I mean, I think we're more talented.
Horrible offensive play calling.
Well, not only that.
Horrible offensive execution.
Well, the
Execution.
defense.
Execution.
The defense.
Get off me! I'm awake.
The defense played better against OSU, and only held them to what 20? Was it 20?
OSU is not as good as offensive Kansas.
27.
I mean, I'm sorry, they're not. OSU is not as good as Kansas on offense.
Yeah, but they do have the number one running back in the nation too. You have to remember
one
that.
player.
That means a lot. I mean, you ask a lot of teams to have the number one of something. That means a lot.
Did you write down your score? Oh, you got your score.
38-20. Yes, 38-20.
Did you get yours?
28-17.
Covers the spread. And, I mean,
Yeah, we need.
They really need to.
OU was what 4-1 covering the spread, and then just started.
I think you're going to see a game right here that really slows down the game. I think they're going to slow it down, do a lot of running, short passes,
I think we're gonna
ball
start.
control.
We're gonna go.
Ball control.
Right,
All right, let's move on to OSU. Bum, bum, bum.
But first in the big.
So obviously they
So
are in the
do you want me
driver's
to
seat.
write these scores down?
Sure.
Okay.
They're obviously in the driver's seat right now to be in the Big 12 championship against Texas. They've got they're only one loss. Texas has one loss, and I think Kansas would be third for that. I think what you're going to see here.
Oh, wow, UCS is.
Well, that's a matchup predictor from ESPN. Now, the spread I think was 2.5, in favor of
2.5.
OSU.
Oklahoma State.
Yeah. Like I said, mark it down, slap a label, do whatever you want to do. UCF wins this game. Few things is why I'm going to say it, not because I'm negative OSU or anything.
Yeah, they're 2.5 too.
Road game. That's one.
Well, that's a long way too.
Two.
You remember last time
UCF
we
has a
went
really
down.
good running game. 3. They have a lot more talent than everyone's given credit for. They've lost a lot of close games this year. 4. I think the hangover's real. I think the hangover's going to be real with the players. Now,
5.
And 5, if they win, I mean, immense credit to Gundy and that coaching staff for keeping those players in line, ready to go,
6.
win the game. No, UCF's defense.
No, I just like to hear you
No,
count
UCF's
it more,
defense
'cause I know you got a lot on your
isn't
mind.
good.
Your brand
So-
new hat, and nobody's complimented on
No,
your brand new black Oklahoma hat.
UCF has got a really good offense, but their defense isn't that great. UCF's actually got a better, or I think they're the top 10 statistical offense in NCAA. What we're going to see, though, is it's going to be what can their defense do, and can Oklahoma State continue to score, because I think UCF will. And that's what OU just had a lot of missed opportunities in their game.
We had a lot of trouble
was
with
to-
UCF. Plumlee was...
He's a good quarterback.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a
Heisman?
No, he's not a Heisman. Was he a Mississippi original
He might have
Mississippi?
been.
I mean, he was an SEC type quarterback that actually and then transferred because of someone else.
Wait, no, was
So-
he... was he Auburn and then went with... No, he's Ole Miss.
Ole Miss. There you
Yeah,
go.
3 years at Ole Miss, and now he's got 2.
And see, and in reality, Creston, that quarterback at UCF is more talented than what Dylan Gabriel was at UCF. Not that he's playing any
Well, he's got
better.
a better arm.
I'm talking physically talented. You're exactly right. Not that he's better quarterback, more physically talented.
Kenny said I was right.
More physically talented.
He's gonna give
He didn't say you were right.
He's gonna give me a piece of candy.
I spun it around a little bit.
He spun it around.
Oh, I'm well aware.
All right,
I'm well aware of
what's your
Kenny's
score prediction?
backbiting.
What's your score prediction? I've got mine wrote
38-34.
38-27.
UCF. I'm going UCF on this one. Yep, I am.
I think they
Sean?
get that. I think they get that late.
I just-
38-27. I think they get that late.
I just got
that
a-
late stop to get it.
I just got a feeling. There's something about
What was
this game.
what game was that we were watching that they got that late stop? And
29-28 was my prediction.
Who you picking?
OSU.
Okay.
what game were we watching? It was one of the NFL games. Was it the Dallas game?
Because what's the spread on this
2 or 3.
2.5.
Colin said.
for OSU?
Yeah, OSU
On a road game though, so that
I don't think they can cover the spread. I got them winning.
And they got to go.
I got them
They
winning
got to
by
go all
one.
the way down to the bounce house. And we remember the last time we went to.
Well, hey,
Florida.
and like I said, if they get it, I mean, huge credit.
Kenny, the
I mean,
last
we're
time
gonna.
we went-
I might believe in
How
this
did
team.
we feel the last time we went that deep into Florida?
What's their next games after?
I
that,
was drinking
Preston?
Mountain Dew
Who?
with whiskey at the
OSU.
time.
Tech.
Yeah,
No, rum.
No,
it was
OSU.
rum and
OSU.
Mountain Dew.
that's what it was. Yes.
OSU is.
Because their remaining schedule after this, I think that it's pretty soft. I think they actually have the
We
easiest.
just talked about this.
Don't they have BYU? Hold
We
on,
do.
let me
we have,
jump back.
We have
Let me-
BYU, TCU.
Houston and BYU.
Yeah, they have BYU.
Oh, so they do BYU also.
Yeah, they
So
close
do
to
they play?
BYU.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, but they go to Houston, which isn't a road game at all. It's just down south. And then
But don't.
they have
I mean,
BYU come
Houston's
in.
got some talent to mess
Houston
with them
does too.
You know,
Well, I mean, Houston almost beat Texas.
should have beat Texas.
Should have beat. Yeah, they really tried. They really failed trying. Did that good game go to overtime?
And I think Houston would be silly to fire Holgerson right now. I think they need to let him come in there. I
We
mean,
didn't talk about that Kansas State Texas game where Kansas State, if they would have just kicked the field goal, they would have won the game instead of
They would have tied it
trying
up,
to go.
I
No,
think.
trying to go for 2. They would have won the game by.
no, they just would have
No,
tied
they
it
would have
up.
tied the game.
They were
would've-
tied going for 2,
No.
and they missed it, and they stayed
No,
tied.
because it went to overtime if they were tied and missed it.
They went for 2 to
They
win
went
it.
for 2 for the win. If they kicked the field goal or the extra point.
Hold on, let me,
They
we
kick
need to
it,
Look at that.
it's
I'm
tied.
going to talk about that game.
Talented
because,
Mr. Ripley over here's got an opinion.
well, no, I was watching that game.
We
You,
all
yeah,
were.
yeah, you took Texas. Good job. You took Texas.
Texas should have
Kansas-
won. I mean,
took
Texas
Kansas-
should have won.
They did win.
They did win.
No, I mean, won by more. I mean,
You
it was
never
up
took
7.
Kansas
Was it
State.
17-0? I mean, it was 17-0.
Well, that's another- that's
I was
another
ready
fun-
to text the group and go, "Oh, baby, here
That was the
we
best
go."
day. That was the best Saturday of all time. No shitty Kenny text about how well he's doing and about how shitty our picks were.
Because he was losing every
Because he
fucking
was
thing he
0
picked.
5.
And I kept my mouth shut on the NFL day because I really could. I was 5-0.
Very surprised by that as well.
I mean,
Oh, 5-0.
yeah.
I was 4
Yeah.
and 1.
I went 2 and 3.
So, no, I mean they were in overtime and wanted to win it is what they were trying to do. So
No, I could have swore that when Kansas State got those 2, it was Kansas State game I was watching. They got the 2 stops.
Yeah, it was at.
They missed one field goal to tie the game earlier, which would have been a tie, and then the other field goal would have won it.
Well, maybe
this is 27.
Maybe Sean is right. 14. What happened in the second half? Because
it was during the fourth quarter.
They did not go for the field goal. They went for the win because they were at like the 5-yard line or some bullshit, and they went for the win instead of the field goal to put 3 points on the board.
They were at 27-27, and they could have just kicked the extra point, and it would have been fine. It would have been 28-27.
Okay, and the play right.
Do you see it?
Okay, hang on. And the right before that, they missed a fucking field goal to take the fucking lead. So they didn't have no faith in their kicker. Period. That's the reason they went for it.
OU kickers?
Now, hold on. Maybe that was rough. I don't remember.
They were tied at 27-27.
I was thinking overtime. You're right about regular season.
They could have just
regular
kicked it.
session.
Even if the guy would have missed it, it still would have been the same score.
You're right.
So, there's your win right there that Kansas State could have had.
I agree with that. That was regular.
So what happened in overtime in that game? I thought they did something
overtime. They went down.
Interception. Didn't they get an interception?
But I'm getting no.
Or the kicker missed.
Well, give me full play-by-play. I think that's what we need in overtime to really talk about what happened.
They could have tied the game. Overtime. They could have tied the game in overtime.
And they went for the score.
And they went for the score.
Not the 2 point. They went for the score.
They went for the touchdown.
I got
pull that up. We need to go down here.
All the way to the bottom.
Here we go. Downs. They went out on downs.
Yeah, they went for the win.
Yeah, they went for the win. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. So.
But they had missed a field goal or two in that game, which...
I know, but what I'm saying is they were tied 27-27 after a touchdown. They could have kicked a field goal, been at 28-27.
Extra point.
And actually won the game.
Yes, I agree with that.
That was what I was saying. That's where they screwed up.
They really didn't give that last play on that, though. That's weird because it's 5 plays and they're showing you 4.
You know what? I don't know.
Weird. They're not showing the 4th down play.
It's just end of overtime.
Because that's what they went for in the end of overtime.
Yeah, the 4th down play. He tried to.
Yeah, it's not even showing.
He passed the ball.
It's just weird. It's not showing it.
But anyways, I was very surprised by that game. They could have won. They actually could. I kind of
kicked the extra point.
Kansas State 6-3. They're just not as good as they have been.
Okay, cocky ass attitude. Get over it.
I picked Texas, and everyone.
They should have beat them if they would have kicked the extra point instead of going for 2. They would have won.
Well, who says they would have won? I mean, Texas, I think, scored
if they would have
after
kicked
that.
If they would have kicked that, they would have won.
They scored after that.
They kicked a field goal. It was 2 field goals.
Texas didn't score in regulation after that.
Yes, they did. They kicked a field goal.
Okay, that's what I was saying. I think even if that was earlier in the game, wasn't it? They missed that and went for that too. So, irregardless, I mean,
right there, they kicked a field goal and then they kicked a field goal.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. They scored after they missed the extra point. They still would have been leading. Who says that other field goal would have worked? I mean, you know,
they still would have been leading. No, because
I'm just saying. No, you said
Kansas State come back down and kick the field goal to tie the game to take it in overtime. If they would have kicked the extra point, it would have been 1 point over.
All you said was they missed the field goal and they should have won it. All I said was Texas scored again and they did with the field goal. I mean, it's like ifs, ands, and buts. I mean,
actually said they didn't score again in regulation.
Texas, they did. They scored the field goal.
But
that's
you
what I'm
said
saying.
They didn't.
So even if they would have been up,
you backtracked when I showed you that they did. And they did.
No, you need to rewind it because I said Texas scored after that missed point, and they did. They
didn't.
They scored a field goal right there. Okay.
God, what an all right. So we need one of these 2 teams to lead.
Hey, time right here. What's time right here?
It's at 28.
There we go. Okay, go ahead. Next.
But you said that before 28, so you're gonna have to.
I'll go 26.
You go 25. How about that? How about you just listen to it?
No, all I said.
How about you just listen?
All I said was
listen to your
even
bullshit.
with after that 1 point.
Who gives a shit?
Texas scored again. That's all I said.
We need Texas to lose. Is what we need.
That ain't gonna happen.
It's not happening. Texas is not losing.
No, I think that they got.
No, they've got Tech and
they've
TCU.
got Iowa State, which everyone's gonna like. Ooh, scary game. Not really.
They've got this.
Tech
they've got
TCU.
Texas Tech. And remember, Yormark told Texas Tech to beat them.
They've already called the games. That's going to be a prime time Iowa State, Texas.
So,
Crazy things do happen in Iowa State. I just think Tulsa, or I think
They
Texas,
really do.
and I think Ewers will be back by that game.
What was his injury? Back?
Strained shoulder,
Penis?
something.
Hurt his
something,
pee-pee?
something.
Hurt his toe?
Something.
By the way, I do
Could be
have a
right.
bruised toe. That's weird. I don't even know how that happened.
Maybe your disc golf got too excited.
It could have been. It's bruised right under the big
Okay,
toe. I can't
what
tell
else?
if it's the pad.
What else do we
You guys
got
get your
going?
score. You guys get your score. We got our scores for OSU.
yeah, we already did that.
Do we really need to talk about Tulsa and their waylaying of just shit?
I want to talk about Biff Poggi. I want to talk about the coach that looks like he's about to go to Myrtle Beach after he wins. I try to find
He's
a picture.
always wearing Charlotte's coach. That's a tough loss.
A very tough loss.
I mean, that would have been the game that
we were up 17-0 at a halftime,
really-
and Cardell Williams got injured.
Yeah.
And that just
Well,
is
17-10 at halftime.
So this kid right here,
And that's a
he
10.
took a shot to the face. He took a helmet to the chin, had a bloody nose, and finished out the fourth quarter and an overtime.
You know, I'm going to be wrong about the picks on Tulsa because I thought they would be much better on offense, and I think the rotating injured quarterbacks has really killed them totally. And it's not like their defense has played super bad in most games. I mean, there's been some that's been horrific, but I thought that's Biff. Yes.
Well, who's coaching there? Is that you or me or Kitty?
Yeah,
No, yeah,
He's got more hair than me and Kitty. It's got to be you, Sean.
Charlotte's head coach always looks like he's ready to go to Myrtle Beach
He's got 2
and
watches.
just be done.
Yeah, 2 watches too.
Well, one's his
Wow, he
Apple
does.
Watch and one's his regular watch.
Yeah,
You gotta have
Rolex.
a Rolex and an Apple
Showing
Watch.
the-
There's a tattoo on his hand. I will be done.
That's why he used to be like the Colorado player showing the Rolex when he leaves. Hey, besides watching him, his press conferences are even better.
I know. I
So,
tried to pull it up and listen to it, but I
yeah,
could
he-
not. Oh, there it is. That's the.
He's pretty funny. No, Tulsa. Who's Tulsa got this week? Tulane.
Did he coach at Michigan this way?
I don't think. No. Tulsa has Tulane this week.
Tulane's winning.
Yeah, we are. We
Hugely.
are well aware of that. I think 22.5 is what we took
it's
it
going
at.
to be a bad spread. Hey, give Kevin Wilson time. Well, when we're here in 3 years talking about that at this same time, it'll be interesting to see what they've done to improve themselves for that. All right, let's move on.
He is
Anything
a-
else?
He
Anything
is a
else?
party
Oh,
animal.
you know, college.
No matter where he goes, he's a party animal.
Anything-
Always ready to party.
Anything else? College? I've got a few things.
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Grinch got fired.
Yes.
The only thing I wanted to say about that was
It took Caleb Williams crying for a Grinch to get fired.
No, I just thought that there's a pattern here where there's a blame game going on for your coaching and your style of play. And so first it was Mike Stoops, who was inherited by him, and then he fired him after the Texas game, which it was a bad defensive game, period. I mean, we were all calling for his head. And they bring in Grinch the next year from
Ohio State.
Anyway, yeah, I got it. And even though he wasn't the play caller. But anyway, so
Oh, my God.
so we brought him in for there.
I am Kenny
I
Q-Town.
think it was almost an analyst practically. But anyway, so but the defense, the defense that he come over did improve a smidge. It did
improve. It did improve.
Statistically, it improved. But we all know that sometimes stats, not all the time and not majority of the time, don't really tell a real story.
Stats is bullshit.
No, and sometimes it doesn't tell a real story.
Look at a lot of games that
I'm
are
so glad
won in
that-
the stats.
I am so
or in
glad
the other.
that
I mean, time of possession.
By the way, the stats,
all the stats, the
said
yards,
that,
everything.
that Miami should have beat Kansas City. The stats really should have said that, but guess what? Didn't happen.
So the issue there, fire him. Obviously, they're going to bring in, if Lincoln Riley's even there next year. I don't think he's going to be. It's going to be interesting to see where they hire now. So what Lincoln said about, though, the firing was, and even though I still don't think it was his call, he said, well, you got to look at OU and the defensive improvements he made with that. Now, as fans of OU, we watched it. There was some improvement, but still, in reality, the
It was
defense
shit
lost
defense,
our games
yes.
for us.
Where is that defense?
And so, college-wise, also, top 4, Creston. What was the college football playoff tonight? Same 4
sorry.
as it was.
Found him.
Was last before. Which one is that? Is that
This is
offense?
the
Defense?
overall.
Ohio State.
This is the complete defense. They are two
They're right
above
around Tulsa. What was that? Ohio State, Georgia.
Ohio State and Florida State right now. Georgia, Michigan.
Okay, so that's 1-4-3-2.
1-4-3-2. Or
So-
2-3, yeah.
One of the things that I loved, and this was actually a good quote by the I don't even know his name. I'm gonna have to find it. Boo Corrigan. I guess he's the chairman now of the playoff committee, and his statement was, "Our mission as a committee is to judge the teams that are eligible for the postseason. This is not a CFP selection committee issue." Talking about Michigan and the sign stealing. What's your thoughts on that? Got any opinions on that? Or
It's weird that I don't think that they'll get punished until after the season.
yeah, but why? Oh, you? I kind of lean in your way, but
I mean,
They should be punished now, but they're not going to be till after the end of the season.
here's the deal. If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying to fucking win. I'm not saying it's right.
Is that Ric Flair or Eddie Guerrero?
Woo! I'm just saying, if you're not cheating, you're not trying to win.
I think that's Ric Flair because I think Eddie Guerrero was a cheat to win.
I don't think it's right. I don't agree with it. But if you're not trying to get a leg up in some way to win,
But you do realize it's illegal for what they... It's not about the sign stealing issue.
It's
'cause
illegal how they went about it.
That's right.
That's the problem.
Yes.
Well, you
So-
got to remember they still have what's his name, Weiss, whose laptop and all that happened in December that they got in January,
Yeah.
and that
That's
still hasn't done. No, they're still investigating. They just haven't
That's
done anything about
that's
it.
gonna be a blipper on the Friday night news that they're gonna lose.
Well,
like
they're
two
going to put both of them.
scholarships.
They're going to put both of them in.
I don't
so.
know because I mean you think about
I
last.
saw people calling for the death penalty.
You saw last year
They're
that
never gonna do
well, no,
that.
you saw last year that OSU's basketball team got they were the ones that got banned from postseason play. Pretty good team last year. Would have
Well, they
went to
deserved
the.
it.
They didn't.
Yes, they did.
No, they had an assistant that was
Kenny.
involved in that deal,
Kenny.
and they self-reported
They are
everything and
orange-
admitted everything.
They are
and
orange
then they
and
got
black,
fucked.
and they are
Yeah.
the Cowboys. Anybody Cowboys deserves it.
No, they got fucked because they were trying to be honest, and that's the problem. So then Kansas turns around and all the shit they done, and Kansas is like
Bill Self gets how much money
didn't
now?
do shit.
Didn't he just
Didn't
get
do shit. I mean, there's a problem there
Bill Self
because
just became the highest paid
the
college basketball coach today.
The NCAA
it's not
doesn't
just
want.
NCAA. It's
No,
every-
it's always
every-
the NCAA. They don't want the blue bloods to fail.
Here's the deal.
They can't-
They'll
they
punish
can't-
everybody. If you
Kenny,
look at that below,
it's
go
in-
down to the 20s
it's
and the 50s.
in every aspect of life. It's the same way.
No. It's not. It's
Politicians,
not every way.
everything.
It's not
Yes.
every way. Because
They all cheat and lie and steal
that-
to
I
get
don't-
ahead.
Whatever. That's not my point. It's about the punishment should be equal for everybody. I don't give a shit what you're doing. The punishment should be equal.
It's
There
not.
shouldn't be
It
a
never
level.
has.
Ladies and
been.
gentlemen,
That's my
this is
point.
Kenny
It should
Weiss
be.
for senator.
No, it should be though.
Not
the
saying
punishment
it shouldn't
should be equal.
but it never has been in any aspect of life. You have money, you have pull, you have clout, you get out of shit.
But all these, but we're talking
Kenny,
about
I'll
schools.
give you
We're not talking.
$5,000 to just ignore the problem.
We're
How
just.
about that?
We're talking about schools. So you're saying Michigan doesn't have pull and clout in a blue blood school to get out of this shit?
Well, I'm just saying what I said is the NCAA doesn't want to punish the blue bloods. I just said that. But what I'm saying is that other schools have money. It's not about the money.
No,
It's
they
about
fear the death penalty
It's
that
about
they did to SMU.
It's about what the NCAA does. That they're powerless except on this stuff.
They've been powerless since.
But this is all they have. So they
BCS
slap the
came in.
ass of the big timers and they punish the small timers.
They've been powerless since the BCS came in.
No, I mean they make
look
all their
what-
money
look
on
what they did-
basketball.
Look what they did to
Dude,
Miami.
we're talking about football and basketball and all this shit. The NCAA,
That's what I'm saying. Look what they did to Miami when Miami took all that money and they were partying on a yacht. NCAA didn't really do shit to them.
I mean, is that the worst you could do?
What, take money from people before the NIL was even? Yeah, it's a. Sure.
Well, no, but I'm saying I think that's kind of my.
I think they took 2 scholarships, 3 scholarships.
Okay,
away.
so it kind of proves my point
and put
though
them
that
on
you
one postseason.
that you've got
ban.
Miami here or Kansas in the basketball deal because NCAA rules basketball. That's their bread and butter. I think they make 99.9% of their money from that goddamn
that's
tournament.
the only thing they still have their fingers in.
Agree. So Kansas gets no issues and OSU gets punished, and they're punishing the players and the coaches that came before the other guys were doing it. So what needs to be done is it needs to be if the NCAA is ever going to have a leg in anything.
Arizona, Sean, what's his name? Didn't he get fired?
He's coaching at Xavier. They chose to fire him.
Yeah.
It's not the NCAA made them.
Zona fired him, and then Xavier.
He's already back at Xavier and building that program. I mean, it's what the deal is that there's no consistency with the punishment.
There's not.
And that's my problem.
Hey, there's been no consistency with the refereeing of football games this season, NFL or NCAA. So what the hell does it matter?
Well, but that's a judgment call on the field in a split second. These guys are sitting there looking at facts with attorneys and everything else.
So you
it's
say,
not a
you
split,
say when
it's-
you do a review and you still hold up to that call and you can clearly see that it's not the right call?
I'm talking the initial call. Now, obviously, no one wants to admit faults. I understand that happens. I'm not disagreeing with that.
We all know that no one wants to
not wanting to admit faults.
Yeah.
My whole point is I think the NCAA is a joke, and they need to be. If it's
The
just
NCAA
listen,
in
if it's going to be the
football
Wild
has been a
West,
joke.
why have rules?
But that's what I'm saying. The NCAA's been a joke in football since the BCS
I
came
mean,
in.
these coaches, these kids are getting paid millions a year, and then the coach from from this date in fucking October to this date, and I'm just making up a deal in November, can't call them or contact
Who's the
them.
basketball kid?
Is this really a fucking rule now?
Hold on. Who's the basketball kid they're screwing over right now? Who took money for playing in one of the minor league, the AOC.
I haven't even paid attention to that.
NCAA says you don't have any eligibility
Because he was some
you took
sort
money.
of professional-ish.
Something like
that.
that. But it's one of those stupid leagues that they're like, yeah, it's okay to go play in.
Like an AA.
But
what is it called?
AOC,
AAU.
AAU, yeah.
I'm
But
so out of basketball
the
touch.
reason why they listed their payments, their NIL type payments, as salary. So that's
Being honest about it.
Yeah,
That's what
so,
happens.
So that's why the NCAA is screwing this kid.
Bill Creston's right. The good guys always finish last. I mean, OSU's trying to be honest with what the assistant coach was doing without their knowledge.
Yeah, that's what
And then
it
all of
is.
a sudden, Kansas, that whole school is corrupt. And
you're not a good
corrupt.
guy. That's why
I
you
mean,
try to finish
bag it
first.
up. Didn't say they were corrupt. I said there was some shady
sure
shit.
you did.
Shady shit. I'm going to change the word.
Shady shit.
There's some shady
Shady
shit
shit.
going on.
Hey, there's shady
And
shit
there's no
going on.
issues with them. And then he gets a raise. Sean's right. So,
Yep.
All right. Anything else
Like
in
I
college
said,
football?
it's-
I mean, college anything?
Well, we've got Utah. What game's coming up?
We could preview a little bit about the upcoming games. And let me tell you.
Do we
what
just look at top
game?
25?
No,
Yeah.
what games would have been good, or no longer any good? I mean, what do we've got? USC playing. Is it Oregon this week?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that was a 16.5 spread, which I think is small.
No, because they can score. That's a problem.
Yeah, but that Oregon defense is
Oregon's defense is
it's better than Washington's defense, even though Oregon did lose.
Agreed. I agree with that.
And then Oregon's going to
Yeah,
beat
but
Oregon's
the
going to beat
reason
Washington
Oregon
in
lost-
the Pac-12 title game.
the reason Oregon lost to Washington was the play calling and the coaching. It was a coaching thing.
You think?
Well, Bo Nix kind of made those plays himself. He did those calls.
Who do you think the best one-loss team coming into this week right now is?
Oregon.
See, I think Alabama is. They look so much better than they did when Texas played them week 2.
Oh, that's just because they beat your LSU pick?
No, I just think they look better.
Well, no, they beat your LSU pick.
I agree, they beat them, yes.
Jalen Monroe has
Gotten better. That's what I'm saying. That's what I improved. I think I've
matured
said this. Okay.
throughout the season.
They're the best one-loss team right now. Put
was
Texas
thinking
and
Oregon.
Alabama on the field with Ewers
Hey,
back.
yeah, you gotta
Alabama
remember, Bo Nix
beats them.
knows that Alabama team because he played against them like 8 times.
Hey, I'm going to tell you something. This is my opinion on Bo Nix. I watched him at Auburn, and I've watched him at Oregon. I think they're banking a lot on their schedule, and I think they're banking. I mean, they lost the best team they've played. Agreed or disagree? Yes.
Yeah, they,
Okay, so we'll see what they do when they play him again, and that's my whole point.
well,
with
yeah,
them.
that's what I'm waiting on. That's what I said. They're going to be in the Pac-12 title game. Poor Utah, just did without Cameron Rising because they shut him down for the season. Not the same team as last
Good
year.
defense, though.
Great defense.
What is that? There's really not a lot of big games besides this.
LSU is bringing Florida in. Texas is going to TCU.
Now-
Ohio State's going to have a
now,
romper
what we're
stomper
seeing
here in
though is
Michigan
not a lot of
State.
big top 25 games, but a lot of games that are out of the top
Georgia,
25
Ole Miss.
that are good.
And we already
That is
know.
probably the best game.
But we
in
know
there.
how that's going to go.
Yeah, Georgia by 30.
Lane Train is just I can't stand that.
You know, one thing
God
about
damn it, we lost.
One
Who
thing-
did they beat?
Wow, who did they beat?
Who did Stanford?
Missed that over.
Oh,
Damn
under. We
it.
went under on that.
Damn you, Colorado. Now, for anybody that didn't listen to the, 45 episodes
Hold
ago,
on, let me look at
we
this
had
real quick.
Stanford as the under 2.5.
at 2.5.
And we figured the Hawaii and Colorado
How did they beat Washington State?
missed that game last week.
What?
Must be
Well,
a
yeah,
lady.
we blame Colorado because, the hype.
No,
of
I blame
Colorado.
Washington State now.
But yeah, I'm blaming Washington State. Oh, man, I thought the only game we would have to worry about was this Cal
I mean, I
game.
was up that late. But I
They
wasn't
lost
paying
to
attention.
Sacktown State.
I know. That's what it was. It was easy
It was
peasy.
so there. I hate these teams improving toward the end of the season.
But no, they.
Why?
But
And OU always gets worse towards
Yeah.
the end of the
they
season.
kind of.
Can you just stop crying about it? We're going to win. We're going to be fine. We're going to go to the SEC.
Yeah, we're gonna win 10
and
wins.
we're going
this
to
year.
win.
We're gonna win out. There's no doubt about that.
I love you, but
No
Bubba,
doubt.
Faith.
Mark it down. What?
You got
Hey, what time
yeah,
are we?
Hey, look at the time because
45.
because Kenny's all weekend last week. Don't worry, we're fine.
We should have been.
Mark it down. We're fine.
we should
Just
have been.
we're good.
But it is
OSU
a- but-
can't
Oh,
beat us.
Michigan.
Hey, but it is a Bedlam
Here
game,
it
and you
is,
know the
here it
crazy
is. I
thing.
should have taken this. I did not take it because I don't like Penn State.
Okay, so that's not a big game, dude.
No,
That's why I didn't
Michigan
take it.
rolls.
That's why I didn't
Yeah,
take
I
it.
mean, it's just not a
Michigan
big game.
rolls.
It's a nice looking ranked.
Do you want to
big
know?
Game.
Do you want to know the game? I've already told Kitty the game I took for our 5th game. We've got Utah at Washington. I took
Okay.
that game, and we've got Wyoming at UNLV.
Bum, bum, bum. Now,
I just like throwing
for us
people
that do
off.
our picks, we do the local schools, and then we do 2 odd NFL or NCAA teams, and then we pick the 5.
Wow.
I thought about
5
this
NFL.
game. I really thought about that game.
Yeah, you actually did say that you were going to do that.
Indiana, Illinois.
It's going to be a very boring, not a boring weekend. It's just there's not going to be a lot of hubbub. Mississippi, like you said, Mississippi and Georgia's going to get a lot of flair. I think game day is there.
The afternoon game, Miami, Florida State is going to be the Utah Washington game and Missouri Tennessee. So we're going to have 3 games.
See, that's the game I think is going to be one of the more interesting.
Utah,
games.
Washington.
Missouri
No,
Tennessee.
no, Missouri, Tennessee.
Missouri Tennessee.
I do.
Missouri's going to beat Tennessee.
See, I don't think so.
I do.
I don't. I think Tennessee's.
We can
See, I
decide.
told you should have picked
No,
that game.
I like Wyoming.
Because I thought
I
there
like
was going to be a
Wyoming,
lot of different. No, you should have kicked out whatever the 4th game was.
Utah Washington.
Fuck.
I haven't sent it to anybody.
Washington's winning that.
I haven't
easy.
sent it to
It's
you.
9.5.
Okay, then I can put Tennessee, Missouri
At
in. I haven't
home.
sent
Yeah.
it to anybody.
Put Tennessee, Missouri.
Okay.
For sure. Because what's the spread?
What's
it's
the spread?
It's 1.
It's 1.
You
I
look
think
at
it's
everyone just fighting over that.
1.5, I think, is what.
Just go.
But
1.
I can, yeah.
Just go 1.
Okay. We're gonna start. Caesar
No
Sportsbook.
ties.
No longer
There we
going
go.
to Vegas Insider. Which, I don't even know where you got Vegas Insider from.
Hey, it was just an app I like, and they have all the sports books.
Oh my God.
Speaking of gambling, though, on a quick side note, the governor has submitted a bill for the app gambling to happen for Oklahoma next year, 2024, and it's going to be free for all.
Now, is this on the books right now for the November elections?
No. It's in for the legislature to approve.
Oh, for it's got to go
in
through
February,
the House and
that's
all that. Local.
it.
Well,
That's
so then
it.
I can get a job with them, and I can take your money.
Because really, what it does
Take his money.
is Cherokee Nation or any of the nations get kind of left out on this. They get to join, but they don't have a say so. That's been the bitch. It's gonna be kind of like it's an app. I mean, you're gonna pick the best. DraftKings will probably come to Oklahoma. You know, it's whatever the best. You get to pick.
Well, DraftKings are in Missouri, aren't they?
Yeah, but I mean, you get to pick whatever you want to play. Is kind of the deal.
I
And
got
I
a friend
think
in
that's
Ohio
great.
who could probably be
You know.
making bets.
No, I think it's a great idea, and sports gambling needs to be here, and we need to be reaping in the benefits of money that everyone is going everywhere else to do it. I've already made this.
Kenny, you're
fucking
going against God.
bitch. Hey,
Your sin.
but not
is-
everybody lives by God's standards
Kenny, your
on earth.
Your sin.
So let them give money to the
Kenny.
people that need it.
Kenny, your sin
Yes, no,
is
whatever.
very large right now, just like your tits.
Okay. Anyway.
I never said mine weren't.
Moving on.
But
Matt
I'm talking
Damon.
about
Here
you
we go.
getting the
All right,
mammoths
anything-
over there.
but I like the Tennessee Missouri game, and I think that'd be a good.
Yeah,
Both
all right,
7-2,
I'll
both
switch it
3-2,
over.
and
I'll switch it over. I'll
That
erase
should
the
be.
Utah Washington.
All right, let's move on
That was
to.
an easy one. You're taking Washington.
Yeah, everyone would take Washington.
Utah to cover.
No.
better defense.
Not a chance. Not
At
a
that
chance.
many?
Actually,
Nobody wins by 35.
Actually, no. Yeah. What was the spread on that though?
9.5.
You know what though? Not necessarily like sticking up for him on this because I never do.
Yeah.
I can see. I don't think
It'd be a
Washington's
7-point
very
game.
good.
See Phoenix throwing a couple.
And didn't I
of
say that
INTs.
USC game was going to be a little closer than the experts
What was I
believed?
forgot what the spread was.
I don't know. After the crying and tip cup, I've lost track. But anyway,
Yeah, let's talk about the game of Tip Cup.
undefeated,
Flip
right
cup.
here,
Flip
champion.
I thought you said you lost 2.
I might have, but
He
I won
lost
30.
a lot more than 2.
Oh, but I won a lot more than I win.
Remember
That's
anything.
fine.
Champions
That's fine.
over here.
He called a girl hominy.
Yeah, you can't win every time on that game because you have some people in your row that fuck up, and so it was one. Of
I'm
those
just going to say I had a couple of bad games, but other than that,
I need a flag to throw at him.
yeah, well,
Were you on most of my team most of the time?
the times that you lost, I was not on your team, but the times
I guarantee it ain't more than 4 times. We played 30 games. Dude.
Kenny, I will say one time we played best out of 7, and
Okay.
we won that, but we lost 3 in a row.
Was it we?
We lost 3 in
But
a row.
we won 4.
Yes.
Okay, so I lost 3 and won 4. Always
We-
above. But before that, and everyone started switching.
Not in our
teams.
picture at 500, jackass.
How that started
No,
was
here's the thing.
everyone
when
made us
Zach
switch
got
teams.
involved and was the picker and the head coach,
Everyone had
we
to-
went downhill because
Everyone had
we
to
were
get off-
undefeated.
Everyone had to switch teams.
Yeah.
That's how that went. All right, moving on.
I always hate when losers have to make you start switching.
Oh, exactly.
Rotate in the
Yeah,
line.
yeah, exactly.
There you go.
Kinsey
Dude,
was
I'm
another
good,
one
man.
too.
I'm great
Kinsey's
being
like,
an
we need to
anchor."
switch teams. I'm like, okay, we'll play better. Let's go. All right, here we go. Moving on to the NFL. Oh, you got
Watched that
something else?
Thursday night game. No, NFL.
Oh, okay,
I watched that
okay.
Thursday, that Tennessee Titans Steelers, and I texted Creston, and I was like, did that fourth quarter drive there for Tennessee remind you of a fourth quarter drive for Oklahoma? With a little run. Oh, all of a sudden we have to pass. Play calling. That could have gotten
It
them.
was the same fucking play.
That could have.
calling.
It was horribly. It was deja vu.
Speaking of that game, though, Steelers 5-3. I think they're second or third seed in the AFC, or they're not
Second. I think you said they're second, aren't they?
They're not. I look back. That was wrong.
Okay.
But they're in the playoffs. But Will Levis obviously is a starting quarterback for Tennessee. And finally their coach came out and said, hey, he's our starter. Ryan Tannehill's backing him. Ryan Tannehill is
Yeah.
ready to play.
When
and he's not.
Tannehill comes back from his ankle injury,
He's already back.
He's back.
He's back. He's
Levis
back
is
up.
a starter.
Well,
He's announced.
I just saw it tonight.
No,
when
he's
he
announced.
comes back.
No, he's back, and he's still the backup. Yeah. Finally.
I was
someone
leaving
had
the
a
bottom.
sack to go, dude, you ain't any
suck,
good.
He's got
Levis-
into the playoffs 2 years in a row.
With that defense. I mean, that's what everyone said. When it comes to the, it's like watching. Do you watch the
Todd Downing as your offensive coordinator?
the Jets last night
Oh,
against
God.
the Steelers
Yeah,
or
we-
the,
yeah,
not
that was
Steelers,
with
the
you
Chargers? The Jets have one of the best
Defense.
defenses.
Let me tell you about this game. Kenny only cared if Brees Hall had the ball.
It was a fantasy game.
Brees Hall never really got the ball, and we actually look. If your running back is a better pass catcher, you get way more points just pass catching. And so what happened? I don't know what happened. So right at the end, they pull Brees Hall. They put in the backup,
Third string.
the third stringer. What are they doing? Pass.
Five plays in a row, he touched the ball. And
Did you win fantasy?
lost
No.
by 9 or 8.5.
Yeah, but he would have won with those passes and those yards. He would have actually won.
Oh, okay, can I say one thing about that game? Because I watched that game. They threw the ball 3 times to Brees Hall, and he dropped the ball every fucking time. I understand why they didn't throw the ball to him. Motherfucker has hands like feet.
I'm going to have to watch this replay because I don't remember him dropping any passes.
No, he dropped one.
Three
he dropped
in a
one
row?
or two. I don't know if he
I
dropped
didn't say 3 in a row.
Well,
I
it's
said he
3
dropped
total.
3.
You said they threw
He
two.
did
Well,
drop.
hold on. I can
okay,
go.
let's
I
look
can
it
go.
up.
I can go look.
Oh, hey, that's fine. No, I know they didn't give him the run ever either. They didn't give him the ball. And then every time, that one 25, 30-yarder, holding. There was more flags in that game. It was unfucking believable.
Brees Hall 4 targets, 4 catches
Yeah,
for
so
10 yards.
waiting on that 3
He
drops.
dropped the ball.
Well, it says right there in the stat
He
line.
only
It's
got targeted. He only got
targets
targeted 4 times.
and 4 catches.
Are you talking about Conklin? I know Conklin dropped it.
Maybe it was.
Conklin dropped it 3 times in a row.
Maybe
or
it
three,
was.
3.
Attention!
Fuck off.
I was gonna
But I'm
say,
saying, this is how our season's been going.
No,
This is how all of our
I
seasons
missed
have
all
been
that. I'm
going.
like, what the fuck are you doing, Jets? I mean, your best
Oh,
player.
Lazard also dropped.
Yeah, Lazard was the shitty one. I mean, that guy
You
should
might be
I mean,
thinking-
he
you
should have
might have also
stayed
been thinking that
at
was-
stayed at Green Bay. But in reality, though, I thought Zach Wilson. He
8
had
sacks for 57
Hold
yards is a
on,
lot.
that was the problem. He didn't have bad throws.
No, he
He
did.
just acts like
Remember when
it's
he
like
could have gotten the
tea
first
time
down?
in-
Remember when he could have gotten the first
Hold-
down and he threw it right before he got
Hold
to the
on.
line?
He acts like it's tea time in the pocket, and he just sits there and sips his tea and gets sacked off his ass totally.
Yeah.
That's his problem.
He did.
But I mean, you look at Justin Herbert though, which was my opponent. That was the one team I'd breezed.
What did he
My-
score? 8 points? 9
Yes. I mean, what are we talking about? No, I mean the real problem in that game though was the Chargers. It wasn't the Jets. We all know that Zach Wilson's not any good, and he's a sufficient backup. But I think
He really is.
But I think the Chargers starters, quarterback per se, sucked. I mean, what'd they have? They had
I lost to you, bud. I lost to you by 19 points.
I wasn't gonna say it. I was like, I don't need him to score.
Huh?
I was
It's
like-
fine.
I wanted the
I had
Jets to
I had
win.
5 buys
No, I
this
wanted
week.
the Jets to win to screw everybody on their picks.
I had buys too. Detroit was on a buy.
But
I had 5 of my starters on buys this week.
2 of my best players.
he had his
was
best
the
players.
Jags out?
Yes.
week.
yeah, he had his best.
I had
But
my.
I mean, they've kind of lost you some games too, so don't act like they're all like goddamn all world. You know what I'm saying? Calvin Ridley's had a couple of them 2-3 pointers.
Yeah, Keenan Allen didn't. I already had the game won.
What really
I already
lost
had
me is your
fantasy
team's
match.
players.
I already had the match won.
They look like hammered shit against the Dolphins. I mean, let's move to that game.
Yeah, let's go to Kansas City.
Let's do that.
It
now,
was 21-0 when I woke up and
My
I
players
watched a
made
little
you
bit of
lose?
it.
your team.
Oh no! Before I went to sleep.
Chiefs
Kansas
fan,
City.
yeah.
So before I went to sleep, I was watching it.
They got me about 20 points combined.
and it got up to 21-0, and I was like, "Oh yeah, you got this."
Yeah.
I wake up and it's 14-21, and I was like, "You guys didn't score anything after halftime?"
Yeah, it was a weird. I mean, I watched.
You know
bits.
what? You know what? Also, really fucking pissed me off
No.
is KJ Osborne for the Vikings.
Hurt.
He played the first 3 minutes of the game and had like 6 fucking points, and he's out. He's just fucking done. And I'm like, really counting on him.
Fantasy
dude, I lost-
talk was
I lost-
KJ
I lost-
Osborne going. "He's
I lost
the guy
Dallas.
that's gonna
I
win my
lost
game."
Dallas
I know
Goddard
you
to a
did.
broken
You did.
forearm.
You did. I know, but
I mean, I got Laporta, so
yeah, I was so pissed off. I mean, all my starters were out.
No, but I just
yeah.
overall,
You want to go to Kansas City?
No,
You
but
wanna-
overall, I thought the Chargers. I thought Herbert just. That's where I don't know where I'm ready to slot him yet in quarterbacks being good.
I don't either.
I mean, I've always said get a better coach. Now, I'm gonna selfishly blame Kellen Moore for the shittiness he is. But I mean, they've
He
got
made horrible
they've
play
got
calls.
one of the best running backs in the league.
Austin
They've got
Eckler.
Keenan Allen. He's not the greatest wide receiver, but
He's
he's
still one of the best.
one of the best.
Better than Mike Evans.
He's aging. No, he's not.
Better than Mike Evans.
Do
Way
not
better.
ever say that. It's not even true.
Way better than Mike Evans.
Statistically, will prove that that's not true.
Yeah, but
you can look
someone
at all
said
up.
statistics doesn't always
Yeah,
show
statistics
the
doesn't
truth.
always
Yeah.
show the end results.
Hey, I'm just saying. Ask the quarterbacks he's played with: Jameis Winston, Baker Mayfield,
It's Jamamius Winston.
whatever. He's played. Mike Evans has played with a lot of shit quarterbacks. Mike Evans is a Hall of Famer, and Keenan Allen probably is too, actually. But I still think
Suck it
Mike
up,
Evans is
Buttercup.
better. I mean, I think you take a poll. I think everyone would say that. And you've had a more passing offense now with Herbert. But I don't know. I don't know what to think about him, to be honest.
Who, Herbert?
Yes,
You've been up and down on him.
I know.
Ever since he got in the league, you're up and down on him.
And I mean, okay, so I thought he was drafted a little high out of Oregon because he didn't really do a whole
You're like a
lot.
stripper. You're like a
And then
stripper get the job.
And then he played some good games, and he's just so wishy-washy.
Well, remember they lost that Jacksonville game. They were supposed to win.
But some would say the same thing about Josh Allen, what he's doing now. I mean, is he regressing?
Some would say.
Is he regressing?
Oh, he doesn't have a run game, so it's just him.
He is the runner, though.
That's what I'm saying.
Move to that game real quick before we get to the Chiefs.
When did that happen?
It was Sunday night. And I've given shit
to Joe Burrow.
To Joe Burrow, and he's healthy now. Now
look, and that shows what a calf really is for a quarterback.
Correct. So
I'm going to punch you in the calf.
Now, hold on,
every
I'm going to
time
back
you bitch,
up a little bit.
Punch
though.
you in the calf.
That offense for the Bengals, though, the receivers they have, I mean, who rivals that?
I think we talked about them not having a secondary back.
Maybe the Vikings.
Not having a secondary back from Mixon.
No, we talked about that. Yes,
that's what I'm saying. We talked about them.
But no, I'm talking about the receivers. I mean, you got T. Higgins. You got Boyd. You've got, obviously, Chase.
Yeah, Jamar Chase.
And then you've got, who's your tight end now? Not really good, but average enough.
Oh, it's Poop Nugget.
So, you look at that team. I think that Burrows has the best. The problem with the Bengals, though, is their offensive line is horrific.
Is it Tanner Hudson?
It's horrific. No, he's a tight end, dude.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Isn't that? Yeah, it's Tanner Hudson.
That's the starter. Okay, cool. That's him. Might have went out and got somebody good there on the trade.
I mean, we can go look.
Hey, Sean, look at the running though. Who for the Bills? Yeah, that's a problem right there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They don't have their leading rushers injured for the season,
and so now
they let Singletary go to Houston.
He ain't any good,
but they let him go to Houston.
He ain't any good.
He was when he was there.
It's trash.
He still got. They still
wasn't
won.
good. He wasn't good. He was not good. I mean, they signed him for more money over there. Let him go. I mean, why?
Well, James Cook's not doing anything.
He's still on his rookie deal though, so I mean he's cheap.
Here's the deal. What? Dalvin Cook?
His brother James.
I know Dalvin Cook though
don't get Kenny
is
started.
really fucking good. He carried he carried the ball twice this week. Twice. He had like 12 yards per carry for his 2 fucking carries.
Kenny, hold on, I'm ready.
No, he's not bad.
I had to get rid of him because he just wasn't getting any touches.
Well, no, because you got Breece Hall back.
I'm just saying.
Breece Hall didn't get you shit,
4
dog.
for 4. Yeah, they didn't run him much.
Dalvin Cook, 2 for 7.
Oh, 7 yards. Sorry. Okay.
So, no, but he's not going to them. We talked about that, too.
Yeah.
He won't go play with
He doesn't
brother.
want to touch his brother or something like that.
Take touches away from his brother is what he said.
Whatever. I said Catholic priest.
Ripley. But anyway, I say that's the problem because I think the defense is good enough for Buffalo, but Josh Allen reminds me a little bit about Dylan the last few games. Is the decision making on his throws have been, I mean, he makes some mistakes.
Let me tell you something. If you look this up.
He can throw it a mile.
Okay.
But he still throws it in triple coverage.
Look it up, though. Josh Allen has been picked off more times in the last 4 years than any other quarterback. He's had more picks than any.
I can see that. I really can.
His decision making hasn't been great his whole career.
Yeet. No, I agree.
I'm trying to find it. Hold on. I was going to go talk about that Dallas Cowboys Eagles guy. I was trying to transition you guys.
Yeah, I got them picked up.
To that Eagles. All right, so we've got to look at Allen. He 1-1.
Well, I don't know about
only took 1 sack. That's
okay.
Pretty,
but look,
Burrow only got 1 sack.
Okay, look at it.
But that guy was running forever.
Can you look back previous
years?
Yeah.
I'm trying to go look at.
So as he talks about that, he's going to find the stat.
I'm pulling up Kenny's stats so he can get
find the stat on that, and you're probably right. I mean,
all right, here we go. Let's see.
10 TDs, 12 interceptions, and 18.
69 interceptions. Booyah!
Yeah, but 156 touchdowns.
He is the most picked off fucking quarterback in the league. Period.
But he throws a lot of touchdowns.
Okay. I mean, if you want to think that a third of your picks are actually over a third of your picks, over your third.
Sometimes half.
Let me spit that out again. It's over a third is interceptions versus touchdowns.
Yeah,
it's not good statistics.
But I mean, you've got 100.
I think Dylan Gabriel's in the upper 20s and 4 picks. You see the difference there? So it's not totally like that.
Who's Dylan Gabriel?
Yeah, I know. But anyway, but I'm just saying college-wise.
That guy's not
Okay, so
No.
we're not talking about college, Kenny.
I'm
talking
giving
about
you.
NFL.
So
I was
anyway.
I
My
had made
stats are
that.
correct.
I had made that.
He's threw more picks in his career than any quarterback that's ever fucking played.
Oh no!
Well, I don't know about that stat. He hadn't found that yet.
Ryan Leaf had a really good career.
No. What you're saying is you need to look back in the four deal. But anyway, regardless.
You know what?
But I agree with
Look at
that.
this.
I
Let's go
do
look
think
at this guy.
he's at the top. I do think he is at the top.
He is the
I don't know
top.
more than anybody.
I don't know.
But
Anybody
in the
playing
last
right
X
now,
amount of years.
X amount of years.
'Cause
Okay.
It sounds like something Howie Long would bring up on his
How
talk
many
show,
did
yeah.
he have? 69.
Yes.
Somebody's got 70 and only thrown 170.
What? Dak is touchdowns or more.
Running.
Who says? This is a passing deal, dude. They ain't counting running.
Wait,
You'd
what
have
was,
to-
what was Dak's, or what was Joe Burrow's? 156? Is that what it was?
we didn't even look at Joe Burrows. We look at it.
I'm sorry, James
yeah,
Allen.
yeah.
No,
No, not James.
Dick Allen. Josh Allen.
Yeah, it was in the 50s. It was in the 50s.
156, I think is what it was.
Whatever.
All right, so 179. He's thrown 70. He's thrown more.
One more.
interceptions.
Yes, one more. Now, how many more years has Dak been in the league than Josh
Two.
Allen, though?
One or two.
Okay, so I mean,
So there you take that
it's
one.
Skewed.
Yeah, it's skewed.
It's skewed. So good job, Sean, trying to bring up something about Dak. I mean,
He's hot
Oh,
garbage.
hold
Do
on.
you love Dak?
I didn't
Are you a
say
Dak
that
lover?
He's fucking hot garbage.
I didn't
Shut
say-
up, Dak lover.
I didn't say
We
that.
don't talk about Dak lovers
I
here.
didn't say
But
that.
Dak has been in the league longer than Allen.
He
I'm
has.
just saying,
But now-
since Allen's been
Oh,
in the league,
but
he's
I
thrown
love
more
Dak.
picks.
No, but
Oh,
okay.
Dallas. My wife is Dallas. And she
So
makes me
going
wear
back
Dallas
to
Cowboys.
the
on-
Eagles game, which was the game of the week,
Yeah.
I thought. I didn't think he played that bad.
Dak, he
No.
played as good a game
He
as
played
I've
it clean.
seen
He
before.
Except
he
at
played
the
it.
end.
He played a clean game, but
Oh.
they couldn't.
No.
The team as a whole just could not get over that line.
No,
there was a force field.
The 2-point conversion was bad on his part. He was going in soft, and he didn't realize
He stepped
that
out of bounds.
he stepped
yes.
out of bounds. Now, when they went and drove back down, they had to go for a touchdown.
How many times has
and-
Kenny gone in soft?
And could a bunch and could have scored a field
Kenny,
goal at the end rather than have
there
to
was
go
a
for a
force
touchdown to
field.
miss it.
Kenny, there was a force field on that line that Dallas just.
Okay.
Hey, listen, I
Here-
thought Dallas played one of their best games.
They
of the year.
did. They had
here's my
to.
deal. Here's my deal. Everybody talks about, oh, Dak needs to carry the ball more. Dak needs to run more. Every time Dak runs the ball, he fucks up. He lost him the playoff game by running the fucking ball and doing something stupid. He lost that game by, like you said, going inside. Every time he has to
Well,
make
no,
a
I
decision.
think that was a mistake. I want to see them.
Remember, Jalen got
Now hold
hurt
on
and had
now.
to come back into
we've
that game.
we've seen some play. I saw some plays in that because I even remember telling Destiny, I was like, finally good to see him actually getting a run call play. I'm not talking about his scrambling ability. I'm talking about setting up a play for him to look at one or two
Okay.
reads and,
And
then
then run the ball.
and then
Okay.
run the ball.
Okay.
Because that's what he did in college. It's what works. Now, obviously, they were playing different competition, but it's what works for him because he's big enough to do it. I thought the 2-point
Dallas should have
conversion.
won the game.
They should have. And the 2-point conversion, he got lazy on.
Like I said, there was a force field. There was a force field on the goal line that they couldn't get past.
And I thought that Dallas's defense played
3,
one of their
4
best
tries?
games of the year too. I mean, Hurts doesn't make many. They didn't make any mistakes.
And he was injured.
Did he fumble at all?
I don't believe that he did.
I know he
this
didn't
game.
throw a
I
pick.
don't think he did.
But did they? What was the turnover margin on that, Sean?
Oh no, there was he did fumble, but he recovered. DeAndre Swift 2 fumbles and a recovery. It looks like they only lost the one from Reed Blankenship and Tyler Steen.
How does he recover a fumble and not fumble?
No, you get a fumble, but you recover it.
No, I mean he didn't fumble it or lost it, but he recovered. Interesting.
Oh, you
So-
right here.
Must have got something else.
Lost. CD Lamb.
Oh, got one.
Yeah.
But he's on offense.
Hurts.
Wasn't there two?
Hurts
Wasn't that a
fumbled
double
one.
fumble?
Those
There's
stats are kind of
No,
No, but
there's,
wasn't that a
there's
double
one
fumble?
for Hurts for fumbling, but he did not lose
No,
it.
I was
No,
looking-
the
I was-
DeAndre Swift, Tyler Steen
got
the
one.
yeah,
okay,
there you go.
Okay, there you go. So they fumbled. They fumbled 3 times and recovered 4 on offense. See, I don't understand.
No,
that.
that's not offense. That's total. That's total fumbles
Oh, okay.
from both sides.
Okay. Anyway, okay. I get
See,
your
they
point.
recovered. They fumbled
So they
twice.
fumbled 6 times total and
With you.
recovered 4.
Lost one, recovered one.
And some of these.
They didn't lose any,
Okay,
and
I'm
they
with you.
recovered the
I
extra.
see it now. I
They're
didn't
just
know
putting
they put
everybody
it
together.
Okay. So I thought I thought the defense played the best. I thought Dallas's defense played one of the best games besides that Giants shit. We're at the beginning of the year.
I think this was the hardest game for them this season.
What's
so
that?
far, this was the hardest game for them this season.
The Eagles?
Yeah.
Yeah, they lost. Who'd they lose to? Some rando.
Who, Dallas?
No,
They've lost 3 times.
No, I was talking about the Eagles. You said it was a
Oh, Philly lost that. It was the Cleveland game that San Francisco lost. San Francisco lost to Cleveland. Philly lost to.
Is Purdy still on a 3-game losing streak?
Yes, he is, and he's gonna win next week. The Jets.
Jets. I was gonna say the Eagles lost to the Jets.
At New Jersey.
Which good defense. Yeah. I can see that. No, I think that I would be surprised. I'm still going Eagles 49ers.
I'm just top 2 teams in the division.
But then the AFC I'm going Ravens right now.
I'm going KC Ravens.
Yeah.
I can't go. I think
the Ravens could beat
Well,
KC.
one of the good games that's coming up for this week is Cleveland, the best defense in the league at Baltimore.
Oh, are they playing this week?
Yeah, they're playing this week.
Yeah, Baltimore kill them.
But I think it's only
might change my
5.5.
defense.
I think it's only 5.5.
I got Cleveland as my defense on my
I'll take
fantasy
Cleveland.
plus a
Can I have
bye
him?
for the Chiefs.
Can I have it?
No, because I can't give them up. I'm just gonna.
Can I have
what I'm gonna do. I
Just
need a
give 'em
quarterback
Just give 'em
too.
2.
I got to bet on a
I
quarterback
gotta get
tomorrow.
rid of a bunch of shit. I've got to change shit.
Well, give me a trade. Let me get him trade action. You need a quarterback? You getting rid of a quarterback, are you?
No.
Okay. All right. No, but kudos to Dallas.
I just need a receiver.
I'll send you a receiver, Bubba.
I have two receivers out on buys this week. The last 3 weeks has been my buys.
Okay.
I had 3
No, I
buys
gotta
against
use
you,
mine. I gotta
5
use
buys
mine.
against you, and I got 2 buys this week.
I gotta use mine.
How many buys you got? Is everybody on a buy? I mean, you can't have 5 people on a buy. How many?
Bye,
you only get
bye,
one
bye.
Huh?
I said all your buys. What are you saying buys?
I had a bye week, 2 players on buys against
2
you.
players.
Oh.
Okay.
And
What
I
are you
had
talking
5 players on buys
Where-
against him,
Yeah.
and now I have 2 players this week.
Yeah.
Plus, one of my starting receivers is out for the year.
Who's that?
KJ.
We're about hour 11. Do you want to talk
shit.
about Josh Dobbs and his?
I do.
The miracle of Josh
I
Dobbs.
do. I think that.
Setting for 48 hours and then coming in and looking like he looked bad when he came in.
I thought he was.
but
I thought
then
he was. No, I thought he was the second best story of NFL.
No.
this
When
week.
he came into the game, when he came into as relief of Hall, because Hall got injured, they did not want to play him. They wanted to give him some time, learn
Been
the
there
offense.
5 days. Yeah.
And he comes in and he has a fumble. He's a couple bad decisions, but then all of a sudden he looks like the guy that played in Cleveland and almost got them into the playoffs. He looks like the guy that won the Dallas game when he was playing in Arizona.
He's got the starting job for the
Dude.
rest of the year.
Yeah,
No
absolutely.
Kidding, yes, and should have had it anyway.
Yeah.
No, I think.
Well, they were just trying to set him and say, hey, would you learn?
I
from
honestly
it?
thought, we talked about Dallas. We talked about the big games. I mean, there was 3. There was the Chiefs, Dolphins. There was the Dallas and Philadelphia, and then obviously the what was the other one?
Chiefs, Dolphins, Saints, Bears.
No,
No.
that wasn't
That was a
it.
huge day.
That wasn't it. What was the other?
Oh, you guys don't love my Bears.
What was the other one? Bengals, Bills.
Bengals,
Okay.
Bills.
So, but the best game I want to talk about real quick was talk about the Texans and Buccaneers. Obviously, I'm a Bucs fan, but what I want to talk about is about all the shit about Baker Mayfield. 21
Why
of
can't we talk about Chicago? and
21
their
of 30,
losses?
265 yards, 2 touchdowns, interceptions. Their defense give up. We
talk
talk about C.J. Stroud had the game
Of
of
the
week.
century.
30 of 42.
No, he had the
470
game of the year.
470 yards, 5 touchdowns, no picks. And then everyone says, I just don't know if Baker's got it in him. Are you kidding me?
Dude, Baker didn't
Let's
do
not-
bad.
I almost picked up Baker,
Let's
but I
not
took
give
Levis
this
in my
guy
fantasy
up.
over Baker.
Yet, because the defense all of a sudden just went stupid.
That wasn't Baker's fault.
No, shit no. They give up 5
He
touchdowns.
drove him down the
Houston-
field and took the lead with 49 seconds, and then the defense let them score and win.
Now we're gonna have to wait till next season to see how Houston's coach really is, because this might be just a first season fluke for DeMarco Ryans, D'Amico Ryans. But we're gonna have to see next season.
No, Houston is built to be one of those teams that's good, and I'm not saying they're great because they have the weakest division. Obviously, quarterback for Indianapolis
South
is
and
out.
both sides.
Tennessee's quarterback's out. They got the better one now, and then you got Jacksonville obviously in the top. But they're 4-4. The Texans are. right now. Are they the story? Probably right now. He is. He's going to be he's probably going to be the best rookie quarterback this year.
Yeah.
Other ones have had injury. Bryce Young's not did so well.
Anthony Richardson's had shoulder issues.
Yeah, he's out. So I don't know if he's out for the year, but no, he's did well. I thought on all the clamor and everything that as a Baker Mayfield fan, I thought he had his best game of the year.
He's not done bad. That's the problem. He has not done bad this season.
Got a bad O-line. I know this because that's my team. I watch them. I keep up with them. Their offensive line is horrible, and he continues. And he's playing with a first-year coordinator and a bad head coach. Todd Bowles is going to be fired at the end of the year for Buccaneers.
You think Eberflebus is going to be fired for the Bears?
Yes, he's going to be fired too.
Or do you think that they're trying to pull that cute time? Let's do this little.
I don't know what. You talking about Lincoln Riley, Caleb Williams? Yeah, I don't know.
No. And I saw an article the other day that said Chicago needs to avoid the Caleb Williams, Lincoln Riley.
I agree with that. I've already said that, but I thought Eberflebus was a bad coach anyway. I thought it was a bad hire.
I didn't understand.
Take a young team that has no talent. You bring in someone that's experienced.
Yeah, period. I didn't understand that. I honestly I didn't. Because we're seeing how the coaches.
Sean Payton would have probably been a better fit, but
we're seeing how the coach. We're seeing how D'Amico Ryans came out of San Francisco. I would have taken Steve Wilkes. I would have been fine with Steve Wilkes as being the head coach.
I think he's a Todd Bowles guy, dude.
I know.
I think he's just a coordinator.
I know. But then you see how Steichen and I finally remembered his name, Kenny.
Yeah.
And Arizona's coach have done. Like, Arizona's coach has not done horrible.
Well, they're one
He's
win.
just had a bad.
No, just one win though. I don't know how you could say they're 1-8. So I don't know how
they've hung in a lot of games, and that was Josh
Except the
Dobbs.
Browns.
And that was Josh Dobbs.
There you
keeping them
go.
in the
It's not
game.
the coach. It's the Browns. And then they
put in two, and then of course what
so
happens?
Obviously they're
waiting on Kyler Murray to come back.
Yes. No, I don't even think that. And he's going to play this week, but I don't think that's even what they want. I think they want a high round pick, and I think the owner's going to be forced to sell. And
well, there's talk about the Giants doing the trade up to get Caleb Williams, which is totally fine with me.
Get after it.
Take one of our two picks. Go for it, baby.
Can you imagine Caleb Williams against that Eagles, Cowboys, and even Washington
how much will he be crying?
2 times a year.
He'll be crying every time in the stands. Mama, they keep hitting me.
Lincoln,
can you write "fuck the Cowboys" on my nails?
Lincoln Riley's going to be the really what do you call it? That
catalyst.
Whatever happens, yes, yeah.
He's gonna have to come with Caleb Williams.
Yeah, that's the rumor. So who knows? All right. Well, listen. I'm banking on the Ravens.
Let me look it up. Coming.
Look at this. But I think the Ravens. I think that you can no one's really talking a lot about. Me and Zach were talking about who's the MVP of the NFL this year.
I don't know. Honestly, for offense, I don't know. Defense
MVP of the NFL.
Yeah.
Defense, you can go with.
Tyreek Hill's had a pretty good year.
Statistically, he's the best.
Tua's had not a bad year
because he's pushing. He's got MVP numbers, but their losses hurt them.
Just one?
Hold on, the losses hurt Tua more than it does the wide receiver. So Tyreek is up there because he might break the record this year, and he said he was going to. He predicted it.
But do they have offense and defense MVP, or is it just
I
one
think they
overall
do, don't
MVP?
they? I can't remember.
I think they do.
Because right now I can tell you that the Ravens corner Geno what's-his-nuts, the most interceptions in the league, and has been helping that. I know, but helping that defense that they've started winning. What are they, first place now?
Lamar is the reason that
defense is. I'm talking about the defense.
No, that team is winning. I'm saying,
but I'm talking about the defense. I'm talking about how good that defense. Baltimore does not have a bad defense this year.
No, they generally don't. No, they generally don't.
But he's one of the top, I know, for me. Brian Branch.
That's rookie, though.
Yeah, he'd be rookie. Yeah. Offensively, I don't know. Well, you've got Jalen Hurts coming back into the game with a hurt knee and finishing out the game.
He's always going to be there, but I mean,
You've always hated Jalen.
All right, Bears. I think you get lost in the mud when you have the best team around you. That's what happens. I mean,
well, Miami's got one of the best teams around.
I don't think they do. I think
They
statistically they have the best.
I don't
offense.
think their defense is. They've
No,
got
they're
the best
not.
offense.
That's what hurts them. I mean, the talent isn't there
But it's
yet.
getting there. They need to get rid of Eli Apple.
Well, we all know how we feel about him.
All right, Bears Panthers. What are you going to take in that? What would you take in that? Because I have to take this. So
well, it depends because
I'll take the Bears.
Okay. Let me.
This is a crazy game for me.
Hold on. Well, it means a lot too. Who is Justin Fields playing this game?
I don't know yet.
He's limited in practice the last 2 days.
I haven't seen.
Because I'm kind of watching him on my fantasy because I kind of want to play.
Yeah, no, I know. You're trying to pick him up.
I'm kind of thinking about.
Don't worry, nobody but your son is going for it.
Yeah, I know. He'll bet $3. But anyway, if I knew that Fields was playing, I think I'd take the Bears, and I think I'll take the Bears anyway because of the home field advantage, and I think the defense of the Bears is better.
Oh, it's 40 degrees is what they're saying that the game's going to be. So, no dome. Love that. Big games. You want to watch it? Well, Texans.
That's it.
Bengals
the Bengals
would be.
That's an interesting.
It's going to be very
game.
interesting.
I still like the Bengals, though. I think the talent on offense is.
49ers, Jaguars. 49ers coming off a bye. Jags coming off a bye too. They're both coming off bye. Again, you're Brock Purdy. We're on Brock Purdy watch.
About that.
We're on Brock Purdy watch.
Give me a little 49ers at the Jags. Are we playing your Jags this week, or are we benching them? Let's hear what you got. Don't really care because you could take whoever, but I mean, is it the Brock Purdy 4 in a row? Is either one of you going to finally?
Jags win.
Okay, so are we going to sit back there and go?
Jags win.
Is it okay? So what are we going to say about Brock Purdy? 4 in a row, not his problem. He's just on a bad team. Exactly.
Give me a beer while you're donkey laughing.
Do you realize when he did that, he looked like a Muppet? Like you take the Muppet and you're like...
I just wanted you all to say something because...
I thought you wanted him to say something.
Any of you.
I was going to say something.
He's got the second best defense right now and then picked up Chase Young.
But I thought you wanted him to, because you looked at him. You asked him the question.
Oh, I asked him the question, but I was waiting on a comment.
But you said we, and I was
I know. I mean, the national media...
I got Purdy coming back,
hold
baby.
on. The national media is giving shit to everybody like me that says that he's just not the great quarterback. And it's showing... You know, the
Buccaneers fans?
No, the losses have been not his fault, is what everyone's saying. And I'm like, okay, keep believing it.
No, he's a part of it.
Statistically,
Brock Purdy's part of the team. He's part of the losses.
Statistically, he's a problem in the last 3 losses.
All right, Browns-Ravens game.
Ravens, for sure. Ravens are the 1 seed in the AFC. It's my prediction.
Yeah, but do you think they're going to cover that 6 with that Browns defense?
It's at home. I would say yes.
That's the question. I think we have a 5.5.
I would say yes.
That's going to be an interesting. This is not the Giants Cowboys is not interesting. Not interesting. Would you say Broncos Bills would be interesting?
It really could be.
That's a Monday night game. That's our Monday night.
It really could be interesting.
Well, look at what our Sunday night game is. It's
Sunday
Commanders Seahawks.
No, that says 3:25. Find the Sunday night game.
No, it says 3:25.
No, it's 7 o'clock Sunday night.
We don't have a...
Where do you see 7 o'clock at?
Wait a minute.
No, you have to have a 7 o'clock.
No, there it is. It's because I'm a Raiders. I have a Raiders highlighted.
There you go.
Raiders Jets is the 7 p.m. game.
Let's see. So I wonder.
The Jets' offense can't score, but their defense is good enough. They
yeah, but the Raiders got a good new coach. I mean, it's party.
They're on a tear. They're on a tear.
The
Raiders are finally opening Josh Jacobs up.
Think about that. Could you put us in charge of scheduling these primetime games? I think we'd do better.
No, we'd fight. We'd first.
But I mean,
whoever gets on top.
Hold on,
wins.
but even think about this game. No. Think about this game. Jets and Raiders. Who thought that was going to be a great game? Aaron Rodgers versus Jimmy Garoppolo. Are you fucking kidding me? I mean, nothing is exciting about that. Even at the beginning. No, flex starts like week 10 or 11. We're getting ready to start flexing.
We are in week 10 or 11.
No, I think it's after 11. There's a lot of rules with flex.
Why can't we flex right now? Because God,
I kind of disagree with flexing though, because I feel bad for people who buy tickets at a certain time frame.
Oh! Here we go. Here we go. Colts versus Patriots in Frankfurt. Yeah, both teams are going to Germany.
Good question. Is it his last year, Belichick's?
Well, I've seen that.
And
I've
can
seen
we
where does it
prove that Brady was the real reason they've done so well? Or are we still talking
Well,
about
it's,
Belichick?
I didn't
I
say
thought it was.
Belichick. I never
I
said
thought
oh,
it was.
okay.
I thought it was.
I mean,
all
I
of
think
his
one of
offensive
you fucks
coordinator.
were. Oh, is that what it
It was
was?
all of his
Hey,
offensive
hey.
coordinator. All of his
Fuck you,
defensive
don't point at
coordinators.
me. I've never been on Belichick's side.
Okay.
I've never
Good
been
coordinator. I think it was you that always said that, well,
Yeah, I just like
you
fucking
got to
with
give him 50-50. I think reality is that has the Patriots made the playoffs since
Just 'cause
Brady's
I hate
left?
Tom Brady. Yeah, one time.
Yeah, I thought they did make
Well,
it
he's been
once.
gone, what, 5 years now?
Yeah, they made it one
3,
time.
4. Okay, well, cool. Is that you were the Mac Jones savior of that? Is that? Oh no.
I've
No,
always
no,
hated
no,
Matt.
no,
You know I hate Alabama quarterbacks.
You might be wrong about an Ohio State quarterback though.
Shut the fuck up. And it's not Justin Fields.
Stroud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said CJ.
No, you said.
What the fuck?
No, I didn't hear you. I said I didn't hear you say CJ. I thought you said something about him. But yes, he's claimed that there's no Ohio
Me?
State. I didn't hear you say
Mike
CJ.
Tomczak was the last great Ohio State quarterback.
Yeah, well, CJ's already beat him for that.
That's
So.
I got it. No, I'm happy he's having a really good season. That's what I'm saying. You got to give props to
He's not
D'Amico.
real happy.
No, you got to give props to D'Amico Ryan for turning that team around. What are they, 500?
Well, I think if you got first round picks, that's
Yeah,
really
they're
high for
500.
Yeah, I told you.
I
There's
mean,
4
they
and 4. We've
could.
already
They
talked about this.
could.
Make
could-
the playoffs?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Not really. I think the entire
Because Jacksonville's going to be
AFC
ahead of them.
North is going to make the playoffs.
Yes. No, AFC North?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
AFC,
they're all
Yes.
in the plus.
Yes, and I agree with that. And how interesting would that be? And what is those picks on that? Bengals, Steelers, Ravens, Browns. Bengals, Ravens, Steelers, Browns.
We all went the same. We all went the same way. Right now, your terrible
wrong.
son only has one right.
No, he looks better than we do.
I think
Actually,
he only has one right.
Actually, I haven't even looked at the standings on that because
Well, let me just go look. Let me just
let's pull that
those
standings
up.
up. Anyway, anything else on the NFL? I think
Ravens, Steelers, Browns, Bengals.
is that what it is right now?
Yeah, Ravens, Steelers, Browns, Bengals.
We had the Ravens a little higher, and the Bengals started off so weak. So I think
As it plays on out, the
I think
Bengals
we're
will
really
keep-
going to be
yeah.
right,
Uh-huh.
to be honest. And like I said, I thought that
I think we're winning the AFC West. Oh no, I think I'm winning the AFC West. Chiefs, Chargers, Raiders, Broncos.
where's that at?
You guys had the Broncos over the Raiders.
They're fucking tied, dude.
No, they're not. The
We had the
Raiders have
Raiders
one
last.
more win than the
Raiders
Broncos.
have one. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know they were going to get their freaking new coach. I mean, that's going to be a fucking win or two there.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm also winning the NFC East. Philly, Dallas, Commanders, Giants. You said the Giants are going to be better than Washington this season.
I did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
look at that bad boy. All right. Is that it? Is that where
I
we're...
don't have anything else. I mean,
What do you mean you're winning it? We have the same picks, dickhead.
No, not for the NFC East.
Right there.
Oh,
We
Sean,
all picked over that.
sorry.
Yeah, you guys took Giants over Washington.
We knew the Giants were going to suck so bad. Even though
I
they made
did.
the playoffs
Have you seen
last
Daniel
year.
Jones?
Well, he's hurt, and he got hurt again.
Is
He's
he
out-
hurt? He
he's out
sees
for the year.
ghosts.
He's out for the year.
Is he the one that sees ghosts?
I don't know, but he's
I
out
can't
for the
remember.
year.
He's got that weird... You saw when the camera was on his face, he goes...
I think, though, but you look at all these, besides the Eagles, you take out the Eagles, obviously, because
Detroit,
3-4
Minnesota,
losses, all that. I mean, that's what makes the NFL so exciting.
Green Bay. Oh, Kenny does not have that one.
What?
Detroit, Minnesota, Green Bay, Chicago. Where do you have Chicago, Kenny?
Oh, it's early.
Too
I mean,
high.
There's a
Too.
lot
It's
of
not
losses.
early, Kenny.
A lot of losses.
Kenny, it's halfway through the season. It's not early. It's already past halfway.
Well, I didn't know Fields was going to get hurt.
Let's see.
My
Saints,
third-place
Falcons,
MVP.
Bucks. Saints, Falcons, Bucks, Panthers. Hey, we got the. Everybody got the NFC South right.
And that's probably how that's going to finish.
49ers, Seahawks, Rams,
Except
Cardinals.
Zach.
Look at that.
Except Zach. I think he picked the Rams first.
Yeah, he did.
He did.
He really did.
Good job, Zach. Taking the Rams. He said, well, I didn't know all
Yeah,
these
Brett
injuries,
Rippin.
whatever.
Brett
Yeah,
Rippin really murdered me, and I did not know he was going to play.
No, but I think, honestly, though, I think the playoffs this year for the NFL is going to be so exciting because they're all bunched up. I mean, you got the Chiefs, who I think look the worst they've looked in past 4 or 5 years.
Just at starting out.
But still could be the best team when they finish. Yeah. And that's what's great until they turn it on. And I wish they'd turn it on for my fantasy playoffs is what I'm going to need.
Kenny. They're going to screw you for the next 3 days. The next 3 weeks, 7 weeks?
Probably.
Anything else? So. I love the Chiefs, but just it's okay if they lose, just so Kenny loses.
Well, I've got to go against number 2 in the league this week. Again, for the second time.
I haven't looked at my...
I got to play Tua.
We got a sports allegedly. Hey, pull that up, Crescent. We'll give a brief before we close out since we don't have any outdoor minutes.
You want to know where you're standing in the playoffs?
I'm 5th place right now.
Let's do an NBA rundown real quick. They're doing that weird in-season tournament.
Don't care.
Well, I don't either, but I'm very confused by it. What is it?
I've heard it.
Does it go against your total wins and losses?
It does. Yes.
Okay. What's the outcome of it?
Don't know. Just a regular season.
Okay. Thanks, Kenny. Thanks for helping. Crescent's not a basketball guy. That's
no,
why
I'm not either. I mean, I keep up with the Thunder. They lost their first in-season tournament game against the
Bulls. Lost theirs as well.
Yeah. So
that's why I don't know what the hell's going on with this. I have no idea what's going on.
Well, I'll give you a little Thunder update. I think the Thunder are a talented team, young team. I think they need a big man. Chet Holmgren's not it. They need a rebounder in the interior. They need an interior presence.
They need a big man. They need a strong.
Like Adams would have been perfect for this team now. Now he's hurt, obviously, and he's hurting. Is he still there? No, he's at Memphis. Of course, Jaws got the suspension for all the thuggery. And then, of course, Steven Adams is out for the year with a knee injury. But I think the thing that concerns me about the Thunder, who's 4-3, is they've been shooting lights out, and that's just not going to continue the year round. So what they need to do is they need to focus on defense, and they need to find a big man. They've got 900 first-round picks and second-round picks, and that's what they need to do. They need to find an interior. And I know that the NBA is not an interior-based type league right now. It's all about go. I mean, you look at the for example, and it's tough to compare any team to the Golden State Warriors that have Steph, Draymond, Tristan, and all them, but they won without a true center, and they won a bunch of games because they go. I think that what you're looking at, though, is honestly, I tell you what, if the Pelicans could stay healthy, they're the best.
we know who needs to stay healthy.
Well, McCollum's out now, the guard. If they stayed healthy, that would be the best team in the league.
Well, they made it to the playoffs last season.
Besides Denver. And they've got a true center who's a badass, but he moves like a gazelle. And
remember that the Pelicans did make it into the playoffs last season, and Zion could have played and helped them, but he decided to set. So the over-under on whether he plays or how much he plays in the season. Right,
I think he's going to actually have a full year this year.
You think he's going to try?
Fullest year. How about
the fullest?
82 games. I'm going to go
is this
70.
His fullest year?
Well, I mean, because they rest. I mean, they rest stars. I mean, that's what they do in the NBA.
Yeah, but
I'm going to go.
You know what we mean. You know what we mean.
What would be your over-under? Like 50? Like half a year?
I'm finishing the season.
I'm going to go 60 games he plays. Rests. No, I might go 70, actually. 65 or 70. I think he'll stay healthy, so he plays the majority of the season. And I think you're going to see him as a threat in the playoffs.
I'm going to say that he's out right before All-Star game. Or no, right after All-Star game. He gets hurt in the All-Star game. And he needs more cheeseburgers.
Yeah. No, but
he's got to feed all this baby mamas.
But I think the Thunder's talented, and the upcoming picks they're going to have, it's going to be interesting. But the problem is they've got all these good talent.
Yeah, they've still got like
you only
30,
get 13
or
14 people on your roster, so you're going to have to start cutting some of them. You're going to see some trades and stuff like that to get some more picks. So,
the Boston Bruins finally lost.
Yeah,
Vegas
finally lost. Have you got much into hockey this year yet?
I've watched it a little bit. Yeah.
Tough. It's tough this early because I don't know. You're watching generally the better teams, and Boston is obviously. Of course, they blew it in the playoffs last year.
They did. Boston and Las Vegas are going to stay. They're going to stay near the top now. Detroit being 7-5 is a surprise because they have just been horrible the last few seasons.
I'm just going to tell you right now. I'm going to Dallas.
Oh, so you're Dallas now. We tried
Dallas
to get you a Predator.
Better.
We tried to get you a Predators.
I know, but I'm going Dallas. I'm going Dallas all the way.
Fine.
I picked them last year, and I won the picks
that's
with
fine.
them.
Okay.
So.
Well, we need to pick that needs to be our next road trip for a game as the Stars.
Yeah, I don't want to go to that OU Missouri game. That's boring.
What? Who?
Next year. I don't want to go to OU, Missouri.
Oh, I don't know
It's
what
gonna
they're
be boring.
picking.
I
So
know,
it's
but
all
it's
going to
gonna-
be about his schedule.
But it's going to be boring.
Okay, don't go then.
I'm not.
We pick one road game for OU
We've
football, but we're
played them
we're
before.
talking about
Our next
we're talking
trip.
about NHL. We need to go to an NHL game.
I
we
would
have all
go.
season.
I would
Have
love
you been
go.
to one yet?
I have
No,
not.
we were supposed to go.
Oh,
That's why we ended up going to the Rangers game.
It is good.
We
It
were
is
going to go
good.
down to
So-
a Dallas game.
So we got to go. I mean, I'm not.
Pick it
stopping
early
this.
so we're not like running down icy storm weather in December. But
After the first of the year, I should have the weekend. Yeah, I'll have the weekends off.
I don't necessarily have to have the weekend off.
No, but after the first of the year,
Actually,
I'll
I
have the
would
weekends.
rather have a weekday game. For
I'll have the
Dallas.
weekends off until after.
You all just pick
March.
a Dallas Star game, and I'll go watch it. That's my
There
new
we
team.
go. Okay.
Okay.
All right, we'll do that. That'll be our next road trip. We're
Stars
going to the
fan.
Stars. When do you say you switch? Right around Christmas?
No, first of the year.
Because you
That
always
first
try to
week
get
of the
me to
year.
be,
That first week of the year, I
Predators fan.
switch. I do turnaround, and then
Monday,
I'll
Tuesday,
be off.
Wednesday, right?
Then I'll be.
I
I'll
would
work.
much rather go to a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday game. In my opinion,
I'll
less
go to any
traffic,
of them.
less people, cheaper tickets.
I'll be off. Wait, when am I working now?
You're working. the
You're off
weekends.
Mondays and Tuesdays.
So yeah, after the first year, I'll be off Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
I don't need a weekend game for hockey.
But no, but what I'm saying is that's when I'll be off until probably April.
Okay, well,
Then it'll go back to.
we'll go in the early week then. We'll go a weekday game.
Okay.
It's easier for me. Perfect. Let's do it.
I'm good.
I'm gonna stay in Thackerville.
Yes. Or Durant.
Durant.
I'm gonna stay sober for that trip, but anyway.
Well, the pool will be closed, so you'll be
Punch you
fine.
in.
Exactly.
You'll have your
I'll have
leather
to wear my
belt.
belt.
All right,
I'm done.
Preston,
job.
Yep.
you got nothing?
Nope.
No, man.
Hey,
Kenny?
listen. OU big. OSU falls this week. Predict it. Done. And we move closer. to Big
OU
Fo-
wins. OSU
falls. I don't
They win.
think so. I think they fall.
They win. They win.
That's all I got.
Is that it?
Yep.
it.
Man.
Man.
Well, that's our best ending ever. All right, everybody. Goodbye. Have a good evening.
Bye. What's
Turn
the time
it
on that?
You're just.